Ibn Khaldūn was noted for developing one of the earliest non-religious philosophies of history. He is generally considered the greatest Arab historian, as well as the father of sociology and the science of history. According to him, history is the knowledge of qualitative events and their causes in depth. His contributions accorded him with the title the real father of sociology. The Muqaddimah, an introduction to history, is the most important Islamic history of the pre-modern world, written by Ibn Khaldun. Ibn Khaldun starts the Muqaddimah with a thorough criticism of the mistakes regularly committed by his fellow historians. These are the mistakes. Number 1, partisanship towards a creed or opinion. Number 2, overconfidence in one's sources. Number 3, the failure to understand what is intended. Number 4, a mistake belief in the truth. Number 5, the inability to place an event in the real context. Number 6, the common desire to gain favor of those high ranks by praising them, by spreading their fame. Number 7, the most important is the ignorance of the laws governing the transformation of human society. Ibn Khaldun wrote an economics and political theory in the Muqaddimah. Regarding economic growth, he wrote, when civilization population increases, the available labor gain increases. In turn, again increases in correspondence with the increasing profit, and the customs and need of luxury increases. Crafts are created to obtain luxury products. The value realized from them increases, and as a result, profits are again multiplied in the town. Ibn Khaldun said that growth and development positively stimulate both supply and demand. Systematic bias. The Muqaddimah emphasized the role of systematic bias in affecting the standard of evidence. The Muqaddimah criticized certain accounts of historical battles that appear to be exaggerated. The Muqaddimah contains discussion on Islamic theology, which shows that Ibn Khaldun was a follower of the orthodox Ash'ari school of Sunni Islamic thought and supporter of Al-Ghazali's religious view. Regarding Islamic psychology on dream interpretation, often we may deduce that high spiritual world and the essences it contains from vision and things we had not been aware of while awake, but which we find in our sleep, and which are brought to our attention in it, and which, if they are true dreams, conform with actuality. We thus know that they are true and come from the world of truth. Confused dreams, on the other hand, are pictures of the imagination that are stored inside by perception, and to which the ability to think is applied after man has retired from sense perception. Regarding Arab, he wrote, the Arab dominate only of the plains because they are, by their savage nature, people of pillage and corruption. They pillage everything that they cannot take without fighting or taking risk, then flee to their refuge in the wilderness, and do not stand and do battle until in self-defense. So when they encounter any difficulty or obstacle, they leave it alone and look for easier prey. Regarding Jewish civilization, the Muqaddimah describes Jews as people who don't view holy war as a religious duty, and states that they are merely required to establish their religion among their own people. Habits are qualities of the soul. Man is essentially ignorant and becomes learned through acquiring knowledge. Throughout history, many nations have suffered a physical defeat, but that has never marked the end of a nation. But when a nation has become the victim of psychological defeat, then that marked the end of a nation. Injustice can be committed only by persons who cannot be touched, only by persons who have power and authority. Government is an institution which prevents injustice other than such as it commits itself. The Muqaddimah summary is people used to find peace in social interactions and seeking ways to improve their way of life through various forms of cooperation. In such regards, we have transformed from defenseless to protected. Ibn Khaldūn's date of birth is 27th May 1352. God gave us something far more powerful than any weaponry or claws, and that is the ability of thinking. Muqaddimah is a book which focuses on the rise and falls of civilization. It offers a unique glimpse on the world of the 14th century Arab Muslims, and is also regarded as the foundational text in several academic disciplines.